Hello, my name is Donna. I'm sitting in a rocking chair. uh, well, my channel is about overcoming. It's about overcoming trauma and adverse relationships, and um, as I go along my journey to recovering myself after living through some programs that have been conditioned into that unconscious mind and then create habitual patterns of behaviors and unhealthy beliefs and dysfunctional relationships and all that good stuff. Sorry, there's a loud truck driving by. Um, it's the attachment system that we're all programmed with. It's a natural human biology. So today I want to talk about detachment. And I'm in a lot of recovery groups, and seems like I read the same thing over and over again. Different person, a little different story, but like same core issue, especially with traumatizing relationships, like how hard it is to detach from them. Many things go into that, why it's so hard. It's, the brain becomes addicted to an abuser. It's, they'll talk about the trauma bond. What happens is when someone's kind to you and then also discarding to you, and they do it, at you never know when. It's called intermittent reinforcement. It's actually the same type of thing inside the brain that gets people hooked to gambling. It's the way that slot machines are set up, So, you get that little win and then you put in the money, put in the effort, put in the effort, with no payback, and that's not how relationships should work, not healthy ones. Healthy ones are tossing a ball back and forth, it's reciprocity. It's where you feel safe and you feel heard. And of course, there's going to be a little chaos, that's good for a relationship. It's, but it's conflict that does not attack the other person's character. It's conflict that is learning the other person and learning their likes and dislikes and, who they are. And it's okay to have like a little bit of that tension. That's normal. And there's no fairy tale happily ever after, that there's never anything going to go wrong. But it's when something goes wrong that you aren't discarded or left hanging or detached from by a partner. But there is time to detach, and that is when a relationship has shown you that it is unhealthy and abusive. And even just if the relationship is just over, if the other person doesn't want it, or like I said, if you don't want it for some reason, it's not aligning, it's not working. But what happens in relationship is our attachment system gets activated, which means we get bonded. And this is, these things maybe aren't seen, but they're plenty studied. And, we co-regulate with our partners, our nervous systems. They can see this in scientific data. They can look at the heart rate and the breathing when a partner's under distress, and a loving partner, or I shouldn't even say a loving partner, someone you're attached to, is there and holds your hand or makes you feel seen, and the nervous system calms down. So this is just, it's biology. It's the way we're created. So the thing I wanted to talk about today is detachment, and how devastating it can be and how hard it can be, but yet it's really pretty simple process. It's work, it's repetition, but it's an easy process. So I made this video after reading a woman in so much distress over an abusive partner, and she keeps going back, and her kids are just begging her to remember the bad times and to not keep going back into that abusive cycle. And she's just struggling. She's like, she says all she can think about is the happy memories and the good times. And, they keep her hooked. Again, that's the intermittent reinforcement. So, it's counterintuitive to the love and light revolution, but it's love and light for your well-being. And for now, this echoes out with this woman for her children's well-being, and actually not enabling an abuser, because when we stay in abusive dynamics, we're unconsciously approving of the behavior, because there's the good and the bad. So a couple tips. One, it helps to see someone as a whole picture. So yes, no one stays with an abuser because they're overtly abusive constantly. That would be very easy to detach from. You wouldn't have good memories to reflect on. You'd just be like, whoa, they're awful, I'm out of here, So it helps one to see people as a full person in their wholeness, as both that person that has good behaviors and bad behaviors, in their fullness, so like being honest with yourself and taking off your lens of attachment trauma and hope, and putting on your eyes of reality and seeing that that person is the same person, the abusive person and the loving person, as hard as it is and as simple as that sounds to wrap your head around. That is what you will get with that person. You will get some love and some abuse. You're not going to get just the love. You're going to get abuse with that love. That's how that person behaves. So being honest with that and seeing them in their wholeness. And then the other thing is to make a list of the factual behaviors that were off-putting in the relationship without judgment, only facts of things that happened. And people really confuse judgment a lot. They think judgment is just being harsh and cruel. Judgment is also putting on a lens of hope and making excuses for someone. Oh, they did that because they had a hard childhood. They did that because this. They did that. That's judgment. You're judging the behavior and you're creating, excuses for why it happened. No judgment, just facts. Fact. He broke the stovetop with a cast iron pan. Fact. He busted the window on the car when he was angry. Fact. He punched the GPS and cracked it. Fact. He threw a beer bottle at you. Fact. These are facts. So you come up with your list of facts. That was a list of someone I know. And you come up with your list of facts that happened. And then every time the brain goes to the sentimental, happy memories. Again, I said these in my videos before, but maybe you don't know because I took them down. Oh, the beautiful gifts of living through abuse. That's sarcasm. A lot of self-doubt and cognitive dissonance from the gaslighting and the mistreatment. So, those are some of the things that we get from staying connected to relationships like that. Sorry, I'm rocking in a rocking chair. So you make the list of the facts, and then when your brain wants to go to the sentimental memories, now the brain does this is what I was going to say, as a protective mechanism. The brain is amazing, and it is going to look for those good things because it wants to create peace. It wants to protect you. It's hard to look at bad things, the brain's going to naturally want to gravitate to the healthy things. Also, what's happening there when you're gravitating to looking at the healthy things, guess what you're doing? You're activating your attachment system. You are further driving that bond. So every time you think of that person with pleasant sentimental memories, you are activating your attachment system and you're keeping that bond alive. But the brain does it, and the being, for many reasons. I mean, one, the attachment system is powerful. It's how human beings have survived. So, easy on yourself that you have those feelings and that you keep feeling attached to someone you were partners with, or you started attaching to, or you imagined attaching to even. That's how powerful the attachment system is. So every time you go to those sentimental memories, you're going to pull out that list of the facts of the relationship, the facts of the abuse that was happening. And this is how we detach. So we have an attachment system and a detachment system. We have both. So detachment was created in the human being so we could detach from our parents and attach to our partner and continue the survival of the human species. It wasn't just to procreate, it's also to create safety. So, once you procreate, that your offspring and the people that can take care of the offspring are, protected. So, it's in both men and women, and it's a normal biology. So we have detachment to detach from our parents and attachment to attach to our partners. It's kind of like, sorry, I'm a little old school, and I do believe in the Bible. That's how the human beings were made. We weren't meant to attach to partner after partner after partner. That is what happens is we override our attachment system. There's a lot of studies on it with the hookup culture that they did studies at colleges, and it was not just the women that got depressed after that, also the men. And isn't it interesting? We sort of have an epidemic of mental health issues and depression, amongst society here. The rates are significantly rising. I think there's a correlation there. So the attachment system is a beautiful, normal biology. So anyways, to detach from an abusive partner, every time you feel sentimental, you can tell yourself, no, I'm detaching now, and I'm going to pull out the list and I'm going to read the facts of what happened in the relationship so I can detach. That activates the detachment system, the factual things of what happened. And this is not being cruel, this is being factual. Again, we're not enabling that behavior in someone else by staying with someone and unconsciously saying that it's okay to do that, because it does. It creates, we work off of a reward system, again, that intermittent reinforcement. And also, for like that lady, it makes a healthier life for her, and then it echoes out to her children and her daily living. So, it's okay to detach. And also, it's okay to attach. Attachment is a beautiful thing that we are wired for. Connection is lovely and beautiful. So anyways, those are my tips on how to detach. And that's it. Peace out.